Hello and welcome back to a new episode on Best EV. Now, I've driven plenty of Teslas over the years. They're awesome machines. Not for everyone, of course. Some people won't like the styling or the minimalist interior, but you cannot deny the efficiency of the powertrain, the supercharger network, and just how well the hardware and software work together. Tesla doesn't have everything its own way, though. European manufacturers have been stepping up, a little slowly in some cases, and that's opened the door to a wave of competition which is starting from the Chinese manufacturers. Those EVs are popping up in their hundreds now. Not all are going to last, but some are making a serious impact, and today I've picked out 5 that I think are standout performers. My name is Martin Lee, and if you haven't already, hit subscribe and the like button and leave me a comment below with your thoughts. NIO is one of the slicker operators, and they're making their way to European style. They were founded in 2014. They've made remarkable and rapid progress. They've traded on the New York Stock Exchange, and as of 2 years ago, had more than 7,000 employees. Their flagship vehicle, and the one that's coming to Europe, is the ET7. It comes with 2 different battery packs, 70.5 or 90 kilowatt hours, and that is the usable capacity. So you're looking at real world ranges of 400 to 500 kilometers. There's immense power on tap with more than 600 horsepower. 0 to 62 miles an hour, that's 0 to 100 kilometers an hour, dispatched in 3.8 seconds. Of course, that's not their only car. They have a range of sedans, sports cars and SUVs. There's the ES6 and the ET5. Now, charging the ET7 is maybe a little underwhelming on AC power at 11 kilowatts, and 130 kilowatts on DC isn't setting any new records, but they have an ace up their sleeve. NIO have been building out a superb battery swap station network. As of May 2022, they had 900 stations in China and had launched their first one in Norway. Fast forward almost a year, and their ambitions to have over 100 battery swap stations in Europe alone. Owners of NIO cars can turn up at a battery swap station and be on their way in less than 5 minutes. Next, BYD. That stands for Build Your Dreams, by the way. An interesting name for a manufacturing conglomerate, but don't let that fool you. Build Your Dreams. I'm not joking, not at all. They've some 250,000 staff members. They make everything from trucks to buses, electric bikes, solar panels. They are one of the world's biggest manufacturer of EV batteries as well. I'd need a whole 30-minute show to go through BYD's entire lineup of vehicles. Such is their size and their clout. They are currently, as of recording, the world's #1 producer of electric vehicles, knocking Tesla from their perch. But of course, BYD's purchase price is that much cheaper than Tesla's premium vehicles. Let's give a mention to their Ocean series and the BYD Seal. They name their fully electric vehicles in this series after sea creatures, you see. The Seal is a fastback saloon with plenty of range, power and tech. Available as either rear-wheel drive or all-wheel drive, the Seal has blistering pace. The top of the range car, 520 horsepower and an 80 kilowatt hour battery pack. Production is ongoing now in China. They're planning to export to Europe, and the car could well be a strong competitor to the likes of the Polestar 2 and the Tesla Model 3. You've probably never heard of SAIC, but if you live in Europe, you've definitely seen their cars around. You see, those are the chaps and the girls in charge of the MG brand that bought them out a few years ago. They've gained huge momentum with the success of cars like the MG ZS EV and the estate car, the MG5, and more recently the MG4. They also made inroads in the commercial side of things with the Maxus badge, like the eDeliver 3 and the eDeliver 9. But it looks like that car I mentioned, the MG4, is going to launch them to a whole new level, built on a bespoke, dedicated EV platform. For as little as £27,000 here, you can get a very, very solid, well-made 300 kilometer range EV with a host of tech And it even does 0 to 62 miles an hour, or 100 kilometers per hour, in 7.7 seconds. And I couldn't leave the Wuling Mini EV out. It's made in partnership with GM and Wuling. It went on sale in mid-2020, and by early 2022 had sold 500,000 units. Look, it's no drag racer with a maximum 30 kilowatt motor and 26 kilowatt hour battery, but so many people love it, especially in one of those special edition variants. Geely's another name that you may not have heard of on the high street when looking for cars, but they own a lot of brands and make surprisingly good cars. They are the 7th largest automotive manufacturer in China. Their reach, though, spreads far beyond. In September 2022, they took a 10% holding in Aston Martin. That's on top of their own brands like Geely Auto and Zeekr, Volvo, Polestar, Lotus, Lynk & Co. I could go on. They produce so many great cars that it's hard to specify one, but nail me down and say pick one of their cars. I'm a huge fan of the Polestar 2. Now, it might fall short of its competitors like the Model 3 purely on paper, on stats, with a little less range, a little less pace, but cars are so much more than trying to play top trumps. There's something about it that pulls on the heartstrings. I think they've absolutely nailed the design, inside and out. It feels great to drive. There's power, there's grip, there's enough range for most situations. Another Chinese company coming to European shores is Xpeng with their P5. Xpeng is a very new addition, again founded in 2014. They have high-profile backers like Alibaba, Foxconn, and the founder of Xiaomi. The P5 is a fastback saloon with a 60 kilowatt hour usable battery, so range around 250 miles. It's due to have front wheel drive, 155 kilowatt motor, so 200 horsepower, launching 0 to 62 miles an hour or 100 kilometers per hour in 7.5 seconds. Overall length 4.8 meters, 450 liters of boot space. It's a nice size premium vehicle and a welcome alternative to all the SUVs out there. So that's a quick run through of some of the Chinese competitors coming, not only now but in the future as well. It could easily have been twice as long. There's so much happening in China, exporting to Western markets, and it's only just beginning. And considering the hold that China has on the global EV battery manufacturing industry, it doesn't look like it's going to stop anytime soon. But I want to know what you think. Leave me a comment below. Would you buy a Chinese car? Do you own one already? Are you bothered about where your vehicles are made? Does it have to be a badge that you've had several models of before? Or would you try something new from a relatively unknown name? Let me know in the comments below. Hey, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.